Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Urvashi Sharma, Associate Professor from Department of Journalism and Mass Communication from Jagannath University, Jaipur. In today's session, we'll be focusing on review writing. We'll be learning how to write a book review, a film review, a music review, a theater review, a product review, a food review, and so on. So let us begin with the session. Defining review writing. Review is defined as a critical appraisal of book, food, product, film, etc., published in magazine, newspaper, or a blog. Reviews are staple of journalism. Almost anything can be reviewed: a music concert, a film, a video game, a product, restaurant, books, etc. The aim is to offer an honest critique of the object under review and to make a recommendation to your audience. Writing a review demands different skill from writing a news story. Whereas in a news story you must be objective and balanced, in a review you can be subjective and give your opinion. You can also be more personal and informal in tone. You want to create a rapport with the audience. Your role as a reviewer is to inform, describe, analyze, and advise. Let us look at book review. Book review is defined as a critical description, evaluation, or analysis of a book, especially one published in a newspaper or magazine. It is a form of a literary criticism in which the writer of the review analyzes the book based on the content, style, and merit. A book review describes, analyzes, and evaluates. The review conveys opinion, supporting it with the evidence from the book. It provides a summary of content, assesses the value of the book, and recommends it to the potential reader. A book review should identify the central idea of the book, give reader some indication of author's style, approach, or premises, and then offer an overall evaluation. The basic purpose of a book review is to help the readers decide whether to read the book themselves or not. Do's in writing a book review. A book reviewer must include some description of the book as well as the opinion. Put the book in context. Be specific. Say why you liked or disliked the book. Throwing around adjectives like terrific or disappointing does not really tell the reader anything about the book. What exactly was terrific? What was disappointing need to be answered. Consider the projected audience for the book. Was it written for a specialist audience, a general reader, or a kind of reader would get most from this book? Take a stand. The ultimate point of a book review is to make recommendation. Your verdict doesn't have to be an absolute one, yes, or an absolute no. Offering a nuanced opinion of a book often makes it more interesting review. Give your review a title that reflects the content of the review. Don't just use the book's title as title of your review. Don'ts of writing a book review. Don't go on too long unless you're writing for a New York Review of Books or Times Literary Supplement. Your readers are probably not looking for an article length review. Online book reviews should be brief and concise. Don't fall into the trap of summarizing the book. Provide just enough summary so that your points are clear to the readers. Don't trash the book because it wasn't what you expected, unless the book was misrepresented. It's your responsibility to understand what are you buying before you buy it. Trout fishing in America isn't really about trout fishing. A fear of flying is not for nervous travelers. Don't spoil it. If you are reviewing a work of fiction, don't give away key plot points or ending of the story. Don't be nasty. If you did not enjoy the book, don't insult nor snide. Let your reader know calmly and unemotionally why you were disappointed. Don't give the book a bad review if you are really mad about something else. If you bought the book online and experienced bad customer service, don't take it out on poor author with a 1-star review and rant about shipping delays. What should be included in your book review? Note down the points that you wish to include in your book review. It could be information about the character, details of the plot, or some other important parts of a chosen novel. Reserve a body paragraph for each point you wish to talk about. You can write about strength or weakness, believability of character, writing style of the writer, compare it with his previous writings. All this can be included in a book review. Steps for writing a book review. Step 1. Introduction. Here you introduce the book you're reviewing. Talk about the title of the book, the genre, the author of the book, as well as telling the readers whether a book is fictional or non-fictional. Next is the body. Select a specific chapter or a situation to begin with. Choose at least 3 quotes which you liked and summarize them in your own words. Choose a specific chapter or scenario to summarize. It is also encouraged to include your point of view and the way you interpret the quote. It is highly important to have 1 quote per paragraph. Step 3. Conclusion. Write a summary of summarized quotes and explanation included in the body paragraph. After doing so, finish the book analysis with a concluding sentence to show the bigger picture to the book. Think of yourself, is it worth reading, and answer the question in black and white. However, in between the lines, avoid stating I like or dislike this book. Step 4. Rates the book. It's optional. After writing a book review, you may want to include a rating. Include a star rating which provides further insight into the quality of the book to your reader. Book review with star ratings can be more effective compared to those which don't. Though this is just entirely optional, but it's a good way of giving a reader insight into whether to go in for a book or not. Next we come to film review. The film review is a popular way for critics to assess the film's overall quality and determine whether or not they think the film is worth recommending. Film review analyze the effectiveness of the plot, theme, acting, direction, special effect, musical effect, cinematography, and all other elements that create a movie. The main purpose of film or movie review is to inform the readers about the film and its ideas. Seems simple, right? Reporting all events, what happened, and stating one's opinion about them is a common mistake that many students make. Watch the film multiple times. Attempt to create a central idea of your review that brings together film's formal and thematic elements. If your second viewing does not yield a strong central claim for the review, or if you need to take more notes, you may have to watch the film or parts of the film third time. Tips on reviewing a film. When reviewing a film, you are advising the audience on whether it's worth going to see this film or spend 2 hours of your life watching it. Make sure you include the relevant details such as film title, director, lead actor, and date of release. Summarize the plot concisely, avoiding spoilers and plot twist. Don't give away the ending. Select and use short extracts, examples to illustrate what struck you most about the film. Was a particular scene particularly funny or poignant? Give an example of a good or bad acting. Another aspect may be worthy commenting on, for example, is the music or special effect. Give your opinion, but always back it up with evidence. Be fair. Don't write off the entire film because you disliked one actor. Make final judgment. For example, you could rate it out of 5 stars. Steps to write a film review. Watch the movie and take the notes as you watch it. Evaluate the movie by giving your opinion. Express the elements of the movie that you enjoyed or you disliked. As a reviewer, also give impartial details that allows the reader to make their own decision. Opinions should be explained to allow the readers to determine whether they would agree with your opinion or not. Next, identify who is your audience. You need to consider who is your audience. You need to consider who your audience will be. Writing a movie review for children requires a different approach than if writing for a movie club. Ensure you report on the factors that matter to your likely audience. You can give an outline, but don't give away essential details such as the end or any surprises. If there's a big surprise, you want to incite readers by telling them something special happened. Just don't say it what. Give details as to who is starring in the movie and how well do you think they acted. You can comment on acting, cinematography, music, sets, costumes, uh, the makeup can be included when you are writing about a film review. Structure. Did the movie follow a regular predictable storyline or it get you thinking like the Quentin Tarantino movie? Cinematography and lighting give details about how well the movie was shot and directed. Was the lighting good in moody scenes or not? Did music of the movie have its own score or did it feature a song from popular artist? Read and check your review thoroughly. It can be embarrassing to find errors in your work after it has been published. Now let's move to food review. What is the best way to write a good food review? Food reviews are essentially for restaurant, but they can be challenging to write. It's not just about describing how good your meal tasted. You need to provide other valuable information so that the readers will know what they are getting themselves into before trying out the place. So here are 5 tips for writing a good food review and a food review example. Tips for writing a food review. Step 1. Describe the food in detail. One of the most important things you can do when writing a food review is to describe everything in detail. This includes what it looks like, smells like, and tastes like. You want to paint a picture of your readers so that they can get an idea of what they are potentially in for. This is especially important with things like desserts because many people don't necessarily know what to expect when trying something new. You may be familiar with it, but that doesn't mean the rest of your readers are too. This can also help you stand out among the reviewers if they look into places similar to yours and want more information. Step 2. Tell readers if it's worth the price. One of the most important things people want to know when they are looking into a restaurant is whether or not it's worth their money. So you need to be honest in your food review and tell readers if the meal was worth what they paid for. This includes considering how much everything cost and whether or not you got your money's worth. If you don't think the food was worth, then say so. People will appreciate your honest and may even be more likely to check out a different restaurant based on your review. However, if you thought the food was excellent and value for money, let people know that too. Step 3. Food doesn't have to be perfect. When writing a food review example, it's important not to expect the food to taste exactly like what you described or show on TV. Food doesn't always turn out as great as we want it too because many factors are involved, like cooking something. Sometimes recipes don't work right, other times chefs make mistake. It happens all the time and that is okay. Not everything will go smoothly when preparing food for your customer. Look at Gordon Ramsay if you need proof of that. However, even though things may have gone wrong with this particular meal, they should write off the restaurant entirely. If their service was good, but the pancake batter didn't mix properly, then it's okay. Food doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to taste great still. Step 4. Stay objective as possible. One of the hardest thing about writing a food review example is being objective, especially if you like the meal and want people to try out this restaurant for themselves. However, staying objective is important because readers will see right through your bias and may not appreciate that part of your review. You also need to remain impartial so you don't look like someone who wants free food from these restaurants, even though they didn't enjoy their experience there at all. Be honest with what happened during your visit and let everyone know why or why not they should go and check it out too. Keep an open mind is critical. Take photos. Step 5. Photos are a great way to supplement your food review and help people get an idea of what they are in for. If you have time, take some photos of the food before you start eating it so that you can show off how good everything looks. This is especially helpful if there's something unique about the dish or it's just really photogenic. Also, not everyone has same opportunity to try out a restaurant, so providing picture will help sway their decision one way or another. Next we come to music review. Simply put, it's a short article that discusses any piece of music. No matter what format you are working with, the ultimate goal is to make your music review fun and informative to read. One idea is to look at new releases or streaming services like Spotify or Apple Music. This way you can be the first to share your thoughts about a particular song or an album, especially if you scout out lesser known artists flying under the radar of other music critiques. Tips for writing a music review. The first paragraph should be general introduction to what you are reviewing, include title, artist, and an interesting fact about its success or how it was made. Second, the main body of the review needs detailed observation. Use specific vocabulary like lyrics, fast-paced, catchy, melody to comment on particular song or a part of the music. Third, it is also important to give context. Link the music to artists' life or what inspired them and the political or social context of the album. Try to make the review interesting and relevant to the reader. You can relate the artist's work to real life experience, yours or that of people in general. Use compound adjectives. Example, fast-paced, foot-tapping, best-selling to make your writing highly descriptive. Finish off with a summary of why this album or concert, etc. is important. Next is theatre review. A review is a subjective but educated response to a piece of theatre. A reviewer should have a strong background in theatre so that their opinion is informed and credible. A review gives a potential audience member context for a production. Most people want to know if they should spend their hard-earned money on a ticket. Consider this formula when setting up your theatre review. Introduction sets up the play. Who is the playwright? Why company is putting out this play? What is the context of production? School show, community theatre, touring show, or a Broadway? Execution. How is the play executed? What is the director's vision? What is the unique about the interpretation? What's the style? How do the individual parts fit together to make a whole? Specifics. Is there any unique thing about the production? Who is the director? What else have they done? Who are the leads? And what is the premiere or a remount? Opinion. Is the production successful in its execution? Why or why not? Is there something out of place within the individual's part, like light, sound, set, costuming, vision, acting? What stand out? Does the acting bring play to life? Does the vision suit the intention of the play? Product review. A product review is content that examines the benefits and the downsides of a specific product or service. Today, most of these reviews exist online but may also appear in print media. Consumers read product review to help them make important purchasing decisions. There are different kinds of product reviews, including industry professional review. This category includes review from influential individuals within an industry, such as experts or highly experienced buyers. Next is marketing team and internal writer review. This category includes the reviews of marketing team and internal writers of a brand or a business who often aim to increase the positive perception of a product or service. Customer review. These reviews are from actual customers who wish to share their experience with other potential buyers. Blog and social media reviews. This category includes reviews from bloggers and social media influencers who may partner with a brand to review a product or service and share their experience with their online audience. Next is affiliate reviews. These reviews are from affiliates of a brand and are often involve positive reviews in exchange for terms of business or deal partnership. How to write a product review. Introduce the product or service. Begin your product review with a brief 1-2 sentences introduction the product or service. A concise introduction of your review can help you gain the attention of highly motivated buyers. Use active, engaging words and phrases to help readers easily identify your review among a lengthy list of customer testimonies. In your introduction, you may also provide a brief outline of the upcoming review content. Try to keep this section under 2 paragraphs to describe the aspect of the product or service your review discusses. Empathize with your reader. You can distinguish your review from others by connecting with your readers on a personal level and empathizing with their needs instead of using your review to list the features of a product or service. Provide helpful information about how the product or service can solve readers' problem. Consider why a customer may contemplate buying your product or service and apply the features to real life scenario to show how it could solve their problem or add value to their experience. To convey empathy to your readers, consider using the following in your reviews. Friendly tone. Use first person language and a conversational style, gentle tone when writing your review to convey a sense of friendliness and understanding. Rhetorical question. Asking rhetorical question that may apply to readers' life is a great way to connect with their problems with the solution offered by the product or service and portray empathy through shared experiences. Humanness. Often customers form stronger connection with human beings than brands or business. Try to use language that feels genuine and relatable to promote trust. Related empathetic skills, definition and example. Identify your target audience. When writing an effective product review, clearly address your target audience. You can do this by including a brief and direct statement defining who may benefit from using the product or service. For customers who are a great fit for the product or service, this statement may be enough to help them determine whether to purchase it or not. For customers who don't feel they are a great fit, consider including alternative product or slightly different situation to assure your reader that you genuinely care about matching them with their optimal purchasing option. Sorry. Explain benefits and feature. Discuss the details of benefits and feature in a way that helps the reader visualize themselves using and benefiting from the product or service. Offering this kind of personal visualization may help the reader understand how a product or service could apply to their unique situation. When describing benefits and features, consider including the following content. Core feature. These are the features that mostly directly solve the reader's problem. Try describing each core feature in 1 or 2 sentences and be sure to include all important information. Action. After detailing the features, describe how they function within the product or service. Limit your description to 1 or 2 sentences for each feature while providing an accurate portrayal of functionality. Application. After describing the features and how they work, apply them to real life situation. Again, try to keep your description under 2 sentences and do your best to create realistic image of how the features contribute to solving readers' problem. Next, include additional social proof. To provide additional proof of value, consider offering additional testimonials or reviews for your readers to reference. You can do this by quoting other reviewers, linking to other review sites, or including reviews of influential users like bloggers, industry professionals, or experts. You may also offer a commenting option on your review so that others can share their own experience with the product or service. Next, summarize your review. End your review with a brief summary. Restate your opinion of the product or service and emphasize the key point of your review. Clearly disclose whether you believe the product or service can benefit others. If in your conclusion you may discuss the price of the product or service to indicate whether it's a good offer or it offers good value for the buyers. The conclusion of your review provides your final verdict on the product or service to help and guide readers to make purchasing decision. Publish your review. When you're finished with your review, decide whether you want to publish it or not. You may publish your review directly or on company's website to reach potential customer. Other options include product review sites, blogs, and social media. Make sure you format your review correctly for the platform you're choosing. For example, some site may allow you to add a star rating or upload pictures with your review. Review the formatting closely and publish your review. So in this session, we studied about review, one of the important aspect or important content of a newspaper, magazine, social media, and blog. And how as a reviewer, you have a responsibility to give to your readers a fair idea and understanding whether to go in for a product, book, service, or a film. Whether whatever information you are giving to your readers as a reviewer, make sure that you respect the creator of the content as well in case of book, music, theater, and films. Whereas the product is concerned, you can share the personal experience and give a fair idea of whether you liked it or not. In the end, the reviewer is the one who is persuading the readers whether to try the product, buy a book, buy a ticket for a film, television, or a music album. Thank you.